And also across the country tonight on NBA TV. And so we want to update all on this Dallas Morning News NBA scoreboard updates. 46-45, Memphis in Game 4 of that series. They lead San Antonio late in the second quarter. Memphis won Game 1 and then won Game 3. So they have a 2-1 series lead, and the 8th-seeded Grizzlies try to take a commanding 3-1 series lead tonight. They're playing well.
A lot of parity in the league this year as far as the playoffs are concerned. Especially in the Western Conference. Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, and that's a tough matchup for the Spurs because Memphis is just so physical.
Led the league this year in points in the paint. J.J. Barea, jump shot off the pick by Dirk, rebound by Batum. The lineups to start the second quarter: Barea, Terry, Peja, Dirk, and Haywood. And for Portland, Rudy Fernandez, Brandon Roy, Nick Batum, Chris Johnson, Marcus Camby. Roy with it against Jason Terry. Outside to Rudy Fernandez, and the three is on target for Fernandez. And this is 11 in a row scored by the Blazers to go in front by 8 here early in the second.
Well, and that was all set up by the fact that Brandon Roy was about to post up Jason Terry. J.J. Barea comes over to help, and he finds a wide-open Fernandez.
Fernandez now 2 of 7 on threes this series. A foul is called here as Dirk goes to the hoop, and it's on Chris Johnson, the rookie out of LSU. First on Johnson.
See Dirk trying to get all the way to the hole. Got him with the body.
And you know, when Dirk first caught that, Camby was off balance. I think Dirk easily could have just pulled up and knocked it, shot a jumper there, but I liked it. He went straight for the basket because that's what they got to do. They need to force the action, maybe put Portland in some foul trouble and get some trips to the free throw line.
Well, I thought too, Skin, to add to what you're saying is the fact that Dallas has turned the basketball over a little bit since that second unit has come in, and the fact that they've become a little bit too perimeter has allowed Portland to take control a little.
Portland scored 11 straight before Dirk went 1 of 2 at the line. Mavs trail by 7. Early second quarter action of Game 5. To the corner, the pass to Batum, short on a 3, and tipped out of bounds to the Mavs. Scoreboards of the second quarter are brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Minute 20 gone by in the second quarter. A screen by Haywood, erased Rudy Fernandez at center court, to the hoop, Barea misses.
He got the move he wanted, just couldn't finish at the rim.
Barea shooting 27% for the series coming into tonight's action. Blocked by Haywood.
There you go, Big Brendan.
That's what his job is, to clog up that middle, not give up easy ones.
Batum gets blocked by Haywood. Gerald Wallace returns to the game after picking up 2 fouls in the first quarter. Chris Johnson back to the bench. A foul was just called on Camby after this block here by Haywood.
Stepping up big.
Pinning it against the glass.
LaMarcus Aldridge will go in. And Marcus Camby subs out. Camby has 2 fouls now. No one in foul trouble for Dallas. As a matter of fact, only 1 foul committed by Chandler and 1 by Terry. 2 apiece for Camby and Gerald Wallace is something to monitor here for the rest of the second quarter from the Portland perspective.
Well, playing without fouling, playing defense without fouling is key in the playoffs.
To the basket, Barea. This time he does get the finish. Right idea last time, didn't get the finish. Does this time down the floor.
Well, it's the right thing to do to continue to attack this team. I think Dallas has a huge advantage. Even though Portland has more size in their backcourt, Dallas can break them down.
Defensive 3 seconds called here on the Mavs. Technical foul on Dallas. The guilty party, Jason Terry. So 1 free throw here.
I think you could have picked a couple of guys that time. Once they got the isolation down there on the block they liked, there was a lot of Mavericks kind of camping, waiting to see when they were going to go over and help out.
Fernandez, in the regular season, 16th in the league at 86.3%, but misses there. Fernandez hasn't had a real impact in this series with that 3 that he made earlier in the quarter. That only brings him to 12 total points scored in the series as we play early on in Game 5.
That's why that 3 worried me. You don't want to see him get hot. He's got a real kind of trick shot globetrotter vibe. You don't want to see him suddenly get his mojo.
Roy for 3, late in the shot clock, blocked by Haywood, and Aldridge doesn't get the turnaround away in time. He made the basket, but it's no good. 24-second shot clock violation.
That's just a good defensive possession by the Dallas Mavericks. Defense heads up by Brendan Haywood against Roy.
I think Brandon's had an outstanding series, man. Defensively, he's been really good in the first 4 games and so far tonight.
Barea with it. Cut off by Fernandez, trying to go baseline. Mavs went down by 8, trying to make a run to the line. Dirk will get 2 with 9:30 left in the second quarter. For Portland, they just committed their 3rd team foul of the second quarter. It's the first on Rudy Fernandez. So you've got a real opportunity here to thrive at the free throw line if you can keep going to the hoop here. It's 3 team fouls, and you got 9:30 left in the quarter.
Oh, my God, Skin, I would really say that the coaching staff has put an emphasis on the Mavericks not settling for jump shots. The way they're approaching tonight's offensive game, they're really attacking, getting a lot of things inside and to the basket.
Well, I think so much, too, of Dirk's success, especially in game 1 in that fourth quarter, getting to the line, forcing the issue, forcing the action. Don't assume that the refs are going to call it tight. Go in there and make it a collision, force the issue, and get to that free throw line.
The aggressor typically gets rewarded. That's 10 free throw attempts now for Dallas. Portland's only foul shot was the one that Fernandez took a moment ago for the defensive 3-second call. Roy outside against Barea. Mavs have a mini run going after they went down by 8. They pulled it within 3. A double forces it out of Aldridge's hands. He'll get it back, and a late in the shot clock jumper's no good. Haywood controls the rebound after the rim out J attempt by Aldridge. Into the corner, Peja. Chased off the arc, comes up short. Wallace with a rebound as Stojakovic missed the pull-up. Roy dribble drives. Slings it out to Fernandez. Bank shot, no.
They got numbers.
Yes, they do. And it's Barea all the way to the basket, but blocked by Batum.
Boy, that was a great block by Batum. I think his arms just got longer the higher he got.
Barea wanted a goaltend, but I think he got that going up.
I think he did too, Mark. I think it's just an outstanding defensive play.
Dirk defending against Aldridge. And there is Batum with another impact on the game as he gets a follow. And that stops Dallas's momentum, and the Mavs will take a timeout with 8:18 remaining in the second quarter. Here's that play, by the way, in question.
Looks
No
like
problem with that.
Yeah, good block.
Just great defense.
25-20, Blazers lead after the Batum block and the putback. He gives him a 5-point edge. It's tied at 2. And Kobe, if you saw the game late last night, chasing Willie Green on defense, hurt his left ankle. He gave it a pretty good roll. The official word that came down tonight is he has obviously a sprained left ankle and is officially listed as day-to-day. That's the same left ankle that Kobe hurt. He said after the game he thought he broke his ankle when he got hurt in a play involving Sean Marion in the second half of that game. Out of the timeout, jump shot, Jason Terry swishes it.
Great call by Carlisle. Timeout. Get Jet a wide open jump shot.
I thought I read that Kobe was going to play on snakeskin crutches tomorrow night. Thought I read that. Maybe that's
he'll play.
Unsubstantiated.
I don't know if he'll need crutches or not, but he'll play. You know what a competitor he is.
Oh, yeah,
He'll
he gets
definitely
after it.
To the hoop, basket for Andre Miller.
Well, but that's what we talk about, Mark. Visiting Kobe Bryant a little bit more. Everybody in this league, regardless of how good you are, injury away. And who knows what happens if Kobe Bryant misses a game or two against New Orleans.
Back out to Dirk from Jason Terry. Inside to Haywood. Haywood is fouled. He gets the finish. He's gotten fouled a lot inside in this series and has never been able to get the finish. We know about his struggles at the free throw line, but he gets 2 on the board and can tack on 1 more here with 7:26 to go in the second.
And you know what I like about that? Here we see Dirk drive. The defense collapses, and he finds Haywood. There was a play at the end of the first quarter where Dirk dropped it off for Haywood that didn't work out, and they kind of fumbled it out of bounds. I like that Dirk went back to him because it was the right basketball play there, and it's going to result in not only the finish, but an and 1 opportunity as well. Great look by Dirk.
Great look by Dirk, and this is a new look that we're seeing from the Dallas Mavericks, the attacking part of their offense, really doing a good job of getting things to the basket and to the hoop early in this game.
Wesley Matthews is at the table for Portland. A long discussion has ensued about whether or not he was there in time to check in. Haywood makes the free throw, 3 the hard way for the big fella.
It's his night, baby.
It's his night is right.
Couple of block shots. He is 3 for 13 on free throws now in the series, by the way. 8 on the shot clock. Andre Miller rises. Mid-range jumper, no good. Long rebound to Kidd, who subbed in for Barea at the last timeout. Running the floor, Dirk finds Terry, and he ties the game.
That's great transition basketball. First, it was great defense. Then Dallas able to get out in transition. Dirk makes a great pass.
A 12-4 run by Dallas. Timeout for Nate McMillan. Got a little rocky for the Mavs at the end of the first quarter and early on in the second when the Trailblazers went up 23-15. But quickly, Dallas has erased the 8-point deficit. Timeout called here in Dallas. Tied at 27. Game 6 will be on Thursday in this series, and let's talk about the rest of the series schedule, as these are the biggest games of the year, and you can find a great selection of seats and the freedom to choose where you want to sit on StubHub. So head to StubHub and choose your seats now. Thursday in Portland, game will be at 9 or 9:30. Check your local listings. We'll have it right here on TXA 21. And then game 7 on Saturday, and that will be, if necessary, of course, and back here in Dallas. Check your local listings for whenever the game time is announced on that, if the game is needed to be played. Mavs had no fast break points in game 4. They just got their first fast break basket tonight off a defensive play. Here's Andre Miller in the lane, knocked away, and they'll have another defensive play and another chance at transition. Jason Terry's fast break 2 just tied the game. Now he'll take a 3 for the lead, and he buries it. From downtown, Jason Terry gives Dallas the lead as the Mavs get their first three-pointer of the game.
And I think Nate McMillan is dying to get a tee right now. He was furious Andre Miller didn't get a call on that great defensive play last time down.
15-4 run for Dallas. There's Miller driving and double clutching to float it in.
I tell you, right now Dallas is playing solid defense, Mark. They're not getting a lot off of the defense in transition, but their defense has really stepped up.
And Peja from long range. Yes, sir! Stojakovic stretches the Dallas lead to 4 midway through the second quarter. Back-to-back threes made by Dallas, the first time they've hit from long range tonight. Curling into the lane, Brandon Roy up with the right hand, no good. Lost by Peja, but picked up by Sean Marion.
They got numbers if they can push it.
Stojakovic feeling it. LaMarcus Aldridge with a rebound. Tyson Chandler back in. Miller on the drive against him, lays it in. Dallas up 33-31, 5:28 left in the second.
He does such a good job, too, of feeling the contract and trying to initiate it and then getting separation in air like that. He's just a veteran that knows how to get where he wants to get.
Portland led by Wesley Matthews, Nick Batum, and now Andre Miller. All three have 6. Sean Marion points to the paint for Dallas again.
Back to the attack.
They've got 14 points in the paint and 11 free throw attempts so far. We should know Portland has 24 points in the paint, but only 1 foul shot tried. Down low, Stojakovic guards Gerald Wallace. Out to Andre Miller, who has found a three-point shooting stroke in this series after making 4 all regular season. That's 4 made threes in this series. Line drives that one home.
So sneaky of him to trick you with his shot pass like that. You have no idea it's going in.
Miller has the last 7 for Portland. Maverick lead shrinks to 1. Wallace is the defender. Marion on the post up, down to 4, down to 3 in the lane with the right hand. That one won't go. Jason Terry leads Dallas with 9 points. Dirk's ready to come back into the game. He's at the scorer's table. Left alone, LaMarcus Aldridge, and the Blazers go back in front.
That's just a crafty move by Andre Miller, setting that up. Drawing the defense, finding an open Aldridge.
And a 20-second timeout was called here by Dallas. 4:10 remaining. Second quarter. And this may be for purposes of a substitution as much as anything, as Dirk was at the table and Rick wants him back out on the floor for the Mavs, as Portland, behind a 3 from Miller and a basket by LaMarcus Aldridge, have survived the Dallas run to regain the lead. Portland in front by 1 as we tell you that BBVA Compass has a team of bankers that can help you build a winning game plan for your money. Teamwork works at BBVA Compass. BBVA is the official bank of the NBA. And we say again hello to the folks across the country tonight on NBA TV. Locally here, as we have been throughout the first round and will be for the duration of the first round on TXA 21. Dirk back in. Peja takes a seat. Batum is returned for Portland. Roy takes a seat for the Trailblazers. Dallas has all of those starters on the floor except for Deshaun Stevenson. Jason Terry mans the two-guard spot. And a pass that was intended for Terry was stolen by Wallace, who got it back from Miller. And it's a 7-0 run, and Portland capitalizes on a Dallas turnover. Nothing drives coaches crazy more than when you turn it over after you've just taken a timeout. Yeah,
it seemed from here like a pretty exceptional play by Wallace to stay in bounds, tightrope in that sideline over there.
38-35 Portland. A touch for Dirk. Spun away for the double, shot fake, step through move, and a scoop to the hoop.
When you can shoot the jump shot like Dirk can, you can always get a guy to go for the shot fake. Went for the shot fake, got to the left hand for an easy layup.
Yeah, and Derek, we saw determination there. That move in the last two games, 3 and 4, Dirk would have shot the fadeaway. He decided he was going to get to the basket, even though he caught it far away when he initially got the pass.
Dirk has 9 now. Batum reigns in a 3. Trailblazers up by 4. Kid has 7 assists. Has not scored. Fed the post to Dirk. Dirk into the paint. This time he's blocked by Batum. Saved in by Chandler. Shot clock at 3. Marion bank shot missed. Didn't draw iron. And the Blazers come away with the ball. And a foul is called on Sean Marion as well. That is the first team foul on Dallas in the quarter. For the first half, the Mavs had been whistled for only 3 fouls. 1 on Chandler, 1 on Terry, and 1 on Marion. 2:33 left in the second quarter. There's a timeout on the floor. Trailblazers lead by 4. 33 left second quarter. Portland 41, Dallas 37 in game 5 of this first round series. Well, Dallas, like any team, is a better team when they get stops leading to transition offense. And we'll show you some examples in tonight's Metro PCS connection to the game. Metro PCS, the official wireless provider of the Mavs. Metro PCS, wireless for all.
Well, if you want to advance, Mark, you have to defend, and you have to find a way to get some easy baskets. Dallas doing that in this first half, doing a good job defensively, which is leading to a lot of wide open shots. We know Dallas is one of the better shooting teams in this league, so it pays in their favor to find a way to get stops.
In the regular season, they shot 47.5% for the floor, which placed them 5th in the league. In this playoff series, Dallas is shooting 45.5%. Portland is shooting just over 46%.
Right now, they're going to have to figure out a way to stop Andre Miller. 9 big points in the second quarter. He's been really, really good.
After Dallas had gotten in front by 4, LaMarcus Aldridge with a floater on the lane that's good. And the lead stretches to 6. So Portland survived a big punch by Dallas. The Mavs had a run that helped them overcome an 8-point deficit. Get in front by 4, but the Trailblazers have now gone on a 12-2 run since Dallas had grabbed a 35-31 lead after back-to-back threes, one by Terry and one by Stojakovic. Kid not on the board yet, gave the ball up. Sean Marion late in the shot clock, deep 2, put it up, got it on the iron. Kept alive by first Chandler, then Dirk, and Dallas has it. Eventually controlled by Terry. But the tip rebound by Dirk, he's the one who gets credited for the board, just his second of the game.
Boy, and LaMarcus Aldridge is just standing in the lane.
There we go.
Defensive 3 seconds was just called on Aldridge. That's a technical foul, and Dallas will get a free throw because of that.
And all of it's caused by Dirk Nowitzki. Just a difficult matchup for Portland and anybody else in the league as far as that matters. You have to double him and try and run the ball out of his hands. But a lot of times, because he's so good against everybody, he makes the defense indecisive.
Yeah, you see LaMarcus Aldridge here just kind of camping out in the paint. You know, I really would have liked to have seen on the previous possession possession there before Tyson Chandler got the offensive rebound. I really would have liked to have seen the Mavericks repost Dirk there with Wesley Matthews on him. Instead, they reversed it and got the late shot in the shot clock. But take advantage of that if you have that mismatch.
Nate McMillan protects Gerald Wallace, who got 2 fouls in the first quarter, takes him out here late in the second. Terry fell down. Hey, look what I found for Dirk. Hits the mid-range J.
I love how Jet lulled him to sleep with the Curly Neal routine, and then boom, just left it right there for Dirk.
Mavs trim it down to a 3-point game. Closing in on a minute left in the half. The Mavs do have a foul to give here down the stretch of the second quarter. Chandler with a rebound. Shot was missed by Andre Miller. That's 9 boards tonight for Tyson Chandler here in the first half to go with 7 points. 10, the most rebounds Chandler's had in a game in this series, and that was game 2. Kid against Roy. To Marion. In the paint. Shot up and good. It rattles home. 1-point game. Let's see if Portland looks to go 2 for 1 here.
In the paint is the key word, Mark.
18 points in the paint for Dallas. Portland has 28. Defensive play. Marion with the swipe against Miller. And now Marion drives. He got fouled, and that is not a foul that Portland had to give. They go over the limit with that.
A lot of good things happen when you attack and transition in the half court. Something good normally comes out of it. Sean Marion very aggressive getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, once Andre Miller picked up his dribble there, he wanted Brandon Roy on the initial cut. When he didn't get it, he was looking around, and Marion's like, I'll take it. Boom, got the swipe, going back the other way.
On the free throw line, Sean Marion ties the game at 43. And a 20-second timeout is taken by the Trailblazers. 25.8 remaining. Nate McMillan obviously wants a good shot, good possession here, as they'll be able to run down most of the remaining time in this first half after this second free throw attempt coming up for the Matrix. Dallas has scored 6 straight points here. Got a basket by Marion, a basket by Dirk, free throw that is by Dirk for the defensive 3-second call, and already 1 free throw made here by Sean Marion, who's 4 of 4 on free throw attempts in this series. Marion in the regular season shot 77% at the line.
I like what I see so far. I like the fact that Dallas is attacking, obviously, on the offensive end. I think for the most part, defensively, they've been solid. They forced Portland to earn what they're getting from an offensive standpoint. So I like Dallas's first half up until this point.
Dallas Morning News NBA scoreboard update. Memphis leads San Antonio 55-50 in the third quarter. That's game 4 in that series, with Memphis leading the series 2-1. Brian Cardinal in on the defensive end of the floor here after this free throw by Marion. He subbed in for Dirk. He had Stevenson go into the game for Terry. He had Haywood check in for Chandler. And this is 7 straight points scored by Dallas. A real momentum boost, you would think, going into the half. They just need one more stop to keep it at a 7-0 run.
They're doing a good job of matching the run that you alluded to that Portland had against them.
There is a foul to give, by the way. Kidd, the defender, against Brandon Roy, and takes the foul at 6.4. So the shot clock will go off now.
I like it, man. I like the kung fu foul coming in with the tight action grip, man. It was like, mine.
It was definitely hard.
Make it count, baby.
Kung fu, huh?
For the second time in the series, Corey Brewer will make an appearance. The aforementioned judo chop. Batum throwing in. Brewer goes into the game for Dallas. Into Roy against Stevenson. Fernandez gets up a shot off the side of the backboard. And the clock stops as it was knocked out of bounds by Portland at .5. Kidd bounced it off Matthews and out of bounds, and the half is over. A 7-0 run to end the half. Or is the half over?
My question would be, did Haywood have possession of it, and then that's what they ruled? Because otherwise it would have been a 24-second shot clock.
No, the shot clock went off whenever they had the foul to give.
Okay.
At 6.4.
Oh, right.
Okay, they are replaying because I just heard Scott Foster say something about a clock malfunction. So Scott Foster, John Goble, and Tom Washington will take a look at it here. So stick around because there still might be something remaining. Scott Foster put the headset on, communicated with the truck, and is putting 2/10 on the clock, which is, of course, not long enough to get off a catch and shoot. You need .3 for a catch and shoot, so this will, in essence, be the end of the half. But Nate McMillan is still putting Chris Johnson in anyway, just in case the Mavericks want to try a link to the floor alley-oop pass.
I'd like to see
Because
Rick counter that sub.
If Jason Kidd could somehow get it in the cylinder, you can go up and touch it in the cylinder off an out-of-bounds pass. But that's not happening.
Well, that was a disappointing 0.2 seconds of basketball.
I feel so shortchanged. 44-43. I'm not shortchanged, though, by the first half, as Dallas was able to match Portland's runs with a couple of big second-quarter runs of their own, including 7-0 to close the half. Dallas led by 12 points, and Dirk Nowitzki out in front, 44-43 at the intermission of Game 5. Stick around. We got a lot to come up here at the half, starting right now with Gina Miller and Steve Dennis with tonight's Midcourt Report.